All right, here we have James, who is one of the founders and executive directors at We the Free. Over to you, James. Very excited to hear what you have to say. Can we give a round of applause?
Well, I definitely wasn't expecting that, but thank you very much. Very, very much appreciated. So I'll start with a very simple question. Are you somebody who wants to inspire people to go vegan? But maybe street outreach isn't your thing. If so, this presentation is for you. Hey, it's great to be back in the north, by the way. Is there anyone here that's either from the north or just really enjoys being in the north of the UK? I actually first got involved in activism in Sheffield with a local street activism group, and I spent a lot of time traveling around between Sheffield, Wakefield, Leeds, Manchester, Birmingham. Is that in the north? I think so, maybe not. And honestly, it was probably the same group of around 8 dedicated northerners going to every single street outreach event, trying really hard to get people to consider veganism, to raise awareness of what happens to farmed animals in farms and slaughterhouses, and speaking to them about veganism. A little bit about We the Free, because you might not know. So my name's James Hattersley. I'm a founder and director of We the Free. And in the last 3 years, we've grown from only 7 outreach teams in the United Kingdom to a global network of around 8,000 volunteers, forming 145 teams in 38 countries. And actually, these figures are already out of date since I made this presentation a few days ago. It's now like 42 countries, I think 153 teams. It's growing very fast. And we are best known for our street outreach program, the 3-Minute Movie Challenge, where members of the public are offered a delicious treat in exchange for watching a 3-minute video with a twist. It's a heart-wrenching expose of what happens to animals in farms and slaughterhouses. And we have tens of thousands of inspiring conversations about veganism every year. And it might surprise you to learn that around a third of the people that we speak to in the street actually go to our vegan resources website, 3movies.wtf. So we have a very high conversion rate between conversations and people that want to learn more. They want to take action because of that. And street outreach is generally a very effective way to create new vegans. And those vegans, they can vote for a vegan future in 3 main ways. As consumers with the products that we buy, as members of institutions by voting for plant-based unis or plant-based councils campaigns from our friends at Animal Rising, or in other ways, and by voting as citizens, where animal-friendly laws exist, or through ballot measure initiatives, things like that. There are some problems with street outreach, however. It's really hard work. It's high effort. Carrying equipment to the local city centre, rallying the troops to get a bunch of activists to go together, creating the event, promoting the event, getting people there in general. It's hard work. And they're relatively infrequent and don't necessarily reach that many people. Maybe even the most active street outreach teams tend to have at most 1 outreach event per week. And in between that, you might be left waiting for the next opportunity to speak to members of the public about veganism. And even the most active street outreach events can only reach a limited number of people in 3 hours. And in many places, we simply have a lack of freedom of speech, or maybe police interference, especially in certain parts of the world, like where I live right now in Southeast Asia. And often, there is just an unknown impact. We can use tools like MyStats to track how many people take actions after having a conversation with us in the street, but it's not a perfect system, because if a perfect system existed, it would probably be quite invasive and creepy, right? So Is online activism the answer? I'd say yes and no. There are issues with online activism. It lacks personability, and it's potentially divisive. At worst, online trolls become toxic bullies, not to mention social media is divisive by design. Seeing somebody in the comment section saying, I guess you're right, I'm going vegan now. It's a bit like seeing a unicorn win the lottery. It just never happens, right? If it does, you're very lucky. But what if we could have the best of both worlds? The unlimited reach of the internet with the personable conversations from street outreach. I'll just say that online activism has reach. Dominion has been viewed at least 6.5 million times. Dairy is Scary, 7 million times. The Greatest Speech by Gary Yourofsky, 5 million views. The Game Changers has been viewed over 100 million times. And you might not know about 3minutes.wtf. This is a website that we built. It's very simple. It's a place where people can watch the online 3-minute movie challenge. And at the minute, it's going super freaking viral. We have over 1 million people every single month going to 3minutes.wtf to watch the video. And it's a truly heartbreaking video. And actually, in March alone, the 3-minute video has been viewed 2 million times. It's doubled that. It's been viewed for a total 10 years of watch time, which for a 3-minute video is crazy in 1 month. With a 77% average view duration, which for me is just mind-blowing. The question I ask is just watching a video enough? If we go online and we watch Dominion or the 3-minute video or Game Changers, is that enough to make us want to go vegan? We know that it's not, because most of the people that we speak to on the street, they don't watch the 3-minute video and instantly say, I want to go vegan, right? They want to talk to somebody about it. They want to process their emotions, that maybe they have questions. Maybe they are worried about how to get enough protein or something like that, right? What I always say to people is the footage that we show helps people with the why of why they should go vegan. But maybe they need help with the how to go vegan. I'm pleased to announce that We the Free has developed a way to have meaningful vegan outreach conversations with a highly engaged audience online. Allow us to demonstrate with a short video. Sorry, I need to click that again. Is it working? Yeah. So imagine this. A non-vegan, Kai, boo. He's scrolling the internet and he sees an advert for 3minutes.wtf. He clicks on the website and he watches the movie. It's a 3-minute narrated story about farmed animals. It's raw, emotional, and impossible to forget. By the end, Kai is shaken but deeply inspired. He sees a screen which reads, let's talk about it. We know that was a difficult watch. Have a short chat with one of our volunteer counselors and be entered into a $200 prize draw. Jen, a passionate activist, gets a notification on her phone saying that somebody has requested a live chat. She accepts the request and enters the live chat.
Hey.
Hey, I just watched that video. That was really hard to see. I had no idea things were that bad.
Yeah, it can be really difficult to watch. How did it make you feel to see what the animals go through?
Yeah, like terrible. That's just thinking about what those animals go through. It's kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, it is heartbreaking. Do you think there's anything we can do as individuals to help?
Yeah, I guess we can stop paying for animal products, but I just don't know if I could do that. I'm like really into jiu-jitsu and sports performance, and I've always been told this thing that you need meat for protein.
Yeah, I totally get that. A lot of athletes worry about that at first, but the truth is that you can get all the protein you need from plants. Have you ever seen the documentary Game Changers?
No, what's that?
It's a documentary about elite athletes who thrive on a plant-based diet, from fighters to sprinters to even bodybuilders. So it totally busts the protein myth. I've just posted in the chat so you can watch it later.
Nice, thanks. I'll check it out.
Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it. And I can tell you're a really compassionate person. You mentioned earlier that you feel heartbroken about what happens to the animals, and I can tell you don't want to contribute to it anymore. And it seems like the protein thing is just the main barrier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, would it help if I recommend a free vegan mentor program where you can get ongoing support from professionals? They can guide you step by step and answer any questions that you have.
Yeah, that actually sounds really good.
Amazing. I've just shared that mentor program in the chat for you now, and you can see it here and then again after we close this chat. So you can check it out at any time.
Cool, thank you.
Awesome. You're so welcome, Kai. You're already on the right track just by having an open heart. I'm wishing you all the best.
At the end of the conversation, Jen rates how she feels the conversation went and is taken to her MyStats online dashboard, where she sees statistics from her conversations, and along with an AI-generated summary of her conversations and some recommendations from FridaBot, our AI coach. At the end of the chat, Kai is also asked one simple question: how did that make you feel? How did that inspire you? And if he was inspired to go vegan, he can tell us that and access the resources shared with him, and we collect that data and make that available on our activism dashboard. Hopefully you are feeling as excited about this as we are. We cannot wait to start using this. Anyone feeling excited by this? Thank you. I just want to say the impact potential for this is huge. These aren't just conversations with random members of the public, they are warm leads. These are people who are highly engaged visitors to our site. They took time out of their day to learn more, to watch the video, and then they told us they want to chat with somebody afterwards. Thank you. In street outreach conversations, we already have a conversion rate of over 30%. But for the millions of people already watching the 3-minute movie challenge, if only a tiny percentage of those people click on that button to have a conversation with a counselor, that already translates into thousands of extra vegan outreach conversations happening every single month. And there's massive potential for strategic insights. As a movement, we have simply never had access to this kind of data. With street outreach, we collect some data, but with this online activism, we will have the transcriptions from tens of thousands of outreach conversations. We can gather strategic insight that we have simply never had before. And this is not just for We the Free. This is available for any activist that wants to level up your activism, or any organization that wants to use it. If our friends at Animal Rising or Viva or Animal Justice Project or any other organization want to use this, have a chat with us and we'll make it available to your activists on your site or through our own. And if you want to be one of the first to access this, scan this QR code right now to register for early access, and we'll make it available to you in an early alpha release before everybody else gets to try this. And I think, have we got time for a couple of questions? We can do one question.
Yeah, I think one question. There's some good ones. Will vetting be done of activists who can accept the chat requests?
Sorry, could you repeat that, please?
What process do you go through to choose the activists that can be the ones who respond to the calls?
Right, I think I understand the question as who gets to receive those calls. Initially, we will start out with people that we know and trust, and then there will be an onboarding procedure for people. Maybe they go through a short e-learning or something like that. And there will be moderation, of course, to make sure that we're having safe conversations on there. So we will be checking in maybe on people's first conversations, that we can really trust them to not be like an anti-vegan troll trying to, catch people before they go vegan and ruin that.
We do have to finish up there, but give us a wave if you're from We the Free, because people can ask you questions after, I assume. Yeah, Cool, and thank you so much, James.
Thank
Another big
you.
round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And if anybody does have any questions that I've not answered now, come to the We the Free stall and we'd love to have a chat about it.